Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Obianin Kiro Jumari here tonight. This morning, wherever you are. How are you all doing?
Hello, everyone. Good to see you.
Well, I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful weekend as usual. Well, it's very hot in Ukraine.
Yes.
Hotter than in Nigeria right now, for example.
Exactly.
Wow. Wonderful. Hope all is going on fine with you. We're back. We've not been online on this program for a little while, due to hectic, I would say, schedule that we have this period. But as usual, we are here, and nice to see you all. Could we anybody there? Okay, I can see some people. All right. Okay. So, what you say?
As you come in, please hit your share button, okay, so that people will know we are on. We are almost half an hour late due to some circumstances, but we are here, okay? So please share the video so that others will know we are on. As you know, it will be a short one. We have to finish before 9. Give time. So please share and invite your friends so that you will hear what we have to say today.
That's right. The video is going to be short, so I think let's get started. Okay, hello, Darlene Mado. She's our best singer of all time. Hi, Darlene. How are you doing? Nice to see you. The topic today is handling problems in marriage.
Right.
Like in everything, like in every relationship, in everything, there are bound to be problems,
right,
issues. But how big the problem is, or if you're going to even call it problem in the first place, depends on the two people involved. That's number one. And their perception of whatever it is that is happening.
Right.
So, handling issues in marriage, problems in marriage, just call it anything that you feel is better. So, well, first of all, marriage or a relationship that is coming up into marriage, courtship or whatever you call it, that is guided, that is becoming, marriage. We really have to, of course, tell ourselves and understand that this is something between two different people, two different chemistries, two different, people with their views and, everything different. So nobody said it's going to be, like we always said, it's going to be a rosy relationship or anything, just a walk in the park. That's not what it's going to be. You have to, it's a relationship that you both of you need to work on. So, and because two of you are different, there are bound to be issues, misunderstandings, everything. Right. But then, like I said earlier, how it is handled and solved depends on the two. How prepared you are on what is that marriage or relationship built on. That is the most important thing. That's why I said you might not call them problems anymore. They're just issues. Yeah. Though for some people it might be like, a matter of life and death. But how prepared you are, like I said earlier, this is where the whole secret lies. Right.
We want to just give you a few points that we have, the things that we do in our marriage that make us thrive, in this marriage, that make it worthwhile, that make it attractive to others to emulate, okay? Number one is that when you have the mindset that any problem that comes into your marriage is a chance for both of you to get better, is a chance for both of you to learn, is a chance for both of you to go to the next level, is a chance for both of you to create something new, okay?
That's right.
So when you see a problem in a marriage, don't start attacking your spouse. Don't start fighting each other. You have to sit down, settle down, come back to the drawing board and see what you can do with this problem to create something new. Just as we know that every problem is actually an opportunity, okay? An opportunity for you to create, an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself, an opportunity for you to make something new. So right. This is one of the things that we do with problems that come into our own relationship, because they are always there, whether we want it or not.
That's right. Like I said earlier, you have to come into a relationship prepared. Right. And the preparation starts when you get involved or marry with somebody that shares the same values with you.
Right.
We are Christians, and we believe that your marriage has to be based and written and built on God. Definitely. So when you both of you are coming from that school, the same school of thoughts, from basic Christian values, Christian values rule your marriage, rule your relationship. Definitely to be easier for you people, because you know what you're for, where you're coming from, where you are, and where you're going to. It's very, very important. Okay, so and by because that you're just Christians does not mean that maybe the problems will not even come, or the devil will will not come in and things like no. That's when definitely those problems will come. We say hello to Flora. Yomi Jegede, wow, so it's been a long while. It's been a while. Good to see you.
Hello, Aisha. I just saw you. I know you dig my clothing, you told me. Thank you for the friendship and everything. Hope you're doing fine.
Yeah, that's right. So the thing is, depends on how prepared you are, and basing your relationship, building your relationship on God. That is the first preparation that you have to make. I mean, that is the basic, that is the fundamental one, so that you will even then watch out for those things that you people can see in each other and correct, and do everything will be peaceful. Like I said, when it is based on God, believe me, there won't be problems again. There will just be issues. That's what they will be. So, and just like my wife said earlier, even when you have these problems, it's even an opportunity for you to create something new, and most importantly, to be better.
Right.
But when you solve these issues and you realize maybe, it means that I don't know much yet, or I don't know much about that, or it's like, wow, this is how you solve it. You see that you get better yourself.
Right.
You get better, and that is the perfect thing. So there is no person who will say that he is perfect. So even in a relationship or in a marriage, you grow, you learn also. Again, you have to be ready, prepared, and know where you are coming from.
Okay, another point that we want to give you is that whenever you provide an answer to a problem in your marriage, you become significant, not only in your microenvironment, but in the society. What do I mean by that? For example, if I have my neighbor that know that I have this huge problem, or maybe they don't even know that I do, but they see the way I handle this problem with my husband. They see that this problem that was supposed to break us is really not breaking us. Seeing the way that we take it. Believe me, that neighbor, even if he doesn't come to you for an advice, he will be admiring you from afar. He will know that, these guys, there is something going on here that I don't really know. Okay, we have, because of the problems we have developed the tactics of solving in our own marriage. This is what made us significant in this business of marriage. You understand? Mm-hmm. When it's a business of marriage is a business in the sense that you come in to solve a problem. It's like problem comes, but you still solve it because you know what you're doing. Okay, marriage is a business. It's not in the sense of making money or anything, but it's a huge thing. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
So if since we have been able to solve this problem in the society as creating even a product we can call, or a line we can call Relationships 101, now we are regarded as problem solvers in this business. You understand what I mean? It's because we have taken time to solve problems in our own marriage. Now we are now like counselors in this particular thing. Okay, we are now counselors in this particular field. Call it business, call it anything you call, but it's not. Don't think about money when I talk about business. Business is being busy, from the word being busy, from the word solving a problem. Okay, so please when you have problems in your marriage and you solve it, believe me, you can use this to become to become effective in your own society, to coach the younger ones, to become a figure in this particular field, because you now know some things. You have passed a certain level that others can learn from you. Okay, We say welcome to Anna Joyce and to Omonike. Please share this
Queen
video as you come in.
And we welcome Brilliant Alieze,
Yeah.
Sister Albertina, Gladys Nwosu. Wow, good to see you all.
Yeah.
Yes, like my wife mentioned, when you now solve your own problems, for example, you learn, you gain experience, and that's why even sometimes people go to other couples with who have been in the marriage for a long time,
Yeah.
because they've gone through a lot. They've gathered experience, and that's why you cannot give what you don't have.
Right.
So passing through all these issues will help you even like give advice maybe to your own children when they are having their own marriage, maybe issues here and there if they come to you for solutions, or when people come to you for advice. So nobody should look at issues in marriage as like, oh, the marriage is breaking down, or I don't know why I married, or who is this person I married, the person changed all of a sudden and stuff. No. It's like a task. It's one of those things that even makes your marriage is even stronger, and I mean, just like gold have to be purified with fire sometimes. So I'm not saying that you have to only have problems in your marriages for you to move on, or for you to be strong in relationships. Okay.
Yeah. So another thing that problems or issues that come up in marriage has taught me, or has taught us, is that actually the future we are looking for is buried under this issue. Okay, the future that you are trying to create, or maybe the success you are trying to create, is buried under the issue in your marriage. So if you have that mindset that, okay, this thing has come up, okay, darling, how do we do this? What do we see? If we solve this problem, what will it become in like 5 years time, 2 years time? When you really think deep, that is why we are all called to think deep and not just look at things, or look at, how our people do. When they see an article in the newspaper, they just go by the headline. That is what we do if we just see a problem and just go by that problem and just go by the headline without thinking deep. Why is this here? It is said that you are given the grace to solve anything that comes to you. So if a problem is allowed by the one who created marriage into your own marriage, that means he wants to build you. He wants to create a future that you've been looking for. He wants to give you that success that you are looking for somewhere else through this issue. So when you really think deep on it, and when you are matured enough, like my darling said, and know why this problem is here, think deep, map out steps to solve this problem, you will see that you will be creating a future, not only for yourself, but for generations to come, for your own children, and for anyone that dare to look at you, as people they can look up to. So any marriage you have, or any problem or issue you have in marriage, sometimes might be, your future might be hidden in some problems that you have. So just don't look at the headlines, okay? Just look at the problems, but think deeper and look deeper.
All right, welcome Cecile Caris. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing. And let me still underline that there are many issues that might come up in relationships and in marriages.
Yeah.
It could be, not that it could be, basically the first issue is having to do with the compatibility. Yeah. Even when you prepared yourself, you are into it along the line, all the same. You see that you'll be seeing this is where we have our differences. But like I said, it's how you handle those differences. That is the beautiful thing that will happen in a marriage. Gladys was saying communication makes relationships stronger. Perfectly, yes. Welcome, Prince David. Good to see you. Yes, communication, that's it. So the problems might come in different shapes and sizes. It could be, like I said, compatibility of your characters. Finances, who handles it, who spends how. Maybe one person might like spending, not wait for tomorrow. The other person could be more frugal in handling money. These are things you sit down and talk about, even at the beginning. It could be as well, how you see raising your kids. How you see raising your kids. It happens. That's why even it happens till date that the mom might be the easier going one, allow them to eat like 5 sweets a day, and the dad will go like, no way, I don't want it. I mean, that's just a simple example, but it's a fact. It happens. The way you look at the process and the way of handling your children sometimes might bring some kind of issue, that we call it that way. But these are things that you can always, through communication, handle, planning before you even have those children, and handle them so much. Yeah. Well, another point could be your careers. How do you look at your careers? If you're going to marry a lady who makes it clear to you from the beginning that she's going to be a career lady, she maybe wants to give birth much later in life, well, you sit, you communicate, and you plan all this, before, way before you start off. You go, you say, I do. Welcome, Janet Atayese. So a lot of issues will come in. We've gone through all these issues in our previous videos. But the most important thing is like the communication. You need to talk. And most importantly, you need to understand that you need to work your marriage. You don't have to believe that, because we are married, so the problems are not going to go away. They are not going to solve themselves. So when issues come up, communicate. When you communicate, you find solutions, then you work towards that solution and move on in the relationship. And believe me, it will make you people even stronger. It will make the marriage stronger, and it will even make you better as individuals and people that are married.
Okay, I see Yinka Adeyemo. Queen Yinka, thank you for tuning in.
Hello.
And Janet D. Ateyese, thank you both for tuning in, and every other person that maybe we haven't mentioned your name.
Right.
So as you come in, please share the video, hit your share button, invite your friends, so that they will hear these tips that we are sharing with you. We are talking about solving problems in marriage, right?
Right.
So, listen. Marriage is sweet, okay? No matter what they tell you, it's a sweet thing, okay? Even when we are discussing problems, it is still sweet. But the way it will be sweet, or what makes it sweet, is the way you look at problems. Do you look at problems as opportunities? Or do you look at problems as something that has come to separate you? Do you look at problems as a way of creating your future? Or do you look at problems as a way of saying, bye, darling, no more, I'm going my way? Okay? Do you look at problems in your marriage as a blessing? That is the next point I want to say now. If you have the mindset of looking at your problems as a blessing, you will really want to solve it. You will really want to do something with it. You will really want to create something with it, as we have said earlier. Because when you consider an issue in your marriage as a blessing, it will be like a motivation for you to think out something, for you to spend some time together to think on it, to think on this problem. It's okay now, it is here. What do we do now? You start doing some brainstorming. And while you do, you start creating things, just like I said earlier. And these things will become blessings to you. And it will make your marriage much, much, much more worthwhile. And to some extent, will bring some respect to both of you. Or respect to each other. Or some kind of fulfillment. Like I was telling my children today. They were supposed to go and clean their room. And they cleaned halfway and decided to do something else. I was telling them, do you know how much fulfillment comes to you when you start doing something and finish it up before you go to the next one? When you finish that one, there's some breeze and air of fulfillment, like inside you, like, woo, wow, I finished it, I did it, I finished it. So this is the same feeling you get when you solve problems, when you have the mindset that any problem that comes to your marriage is a blessing in disguise, to help you to expand your territories, to help you to expand yourselves as individuals, as we say, becoming personalities. It's a way to attract more respect and honor to yourselves as a couple and individually, okay? When we have this mindset, you will be eager to welcome any problem, because you know already Remember I said that there's nothing that comes your way that you've not been given the grace to solve, okay? If it's over you, it will never cross your way. If the thing is really, really over you, it will never cross your way. But our problem is that we don't spend time to solve these problems. We just look at the headlines and pick race. Say, start crying, the lion is here, I have to run away. No. But as we know that the lion we don't face today, we come back tomorrow. Or how do we say? Sorry. The problem we don't solve today, we still come back tomorrow. So, face it and receive your blessing, when you go to church these days, they will tell you, raise your hands and receive the blessing. Everybody say amen. But when you put hard work to it, everybody runs away. But actually, the bridge between your blessing and where you are is actually hard work. That's what connects them. So, fold your sleeves to work in your marriage. That's right. And you will really enjoy it.
That's right. We have to be rounding up, and let's still go back to the points that we mentioned. First of all, like I said, you're getting married, you marry somebody with the same values. And as Christians, you have to have strong Christian values as to be the foundation of your marriage or your relationship, so getting into marriage. That is the first thing. So that way you see that how you view things, your life, the perception about life and each other will be based on core Christian values. Very, very good ones. And you know that it's not like, okay, no, this is how it should. No. So that two of you will be going to the same direction. Not like one is going to the east and the other one is going to the north. You can't move together that way. So, and you have to understand that you need to, that these problems will come up. They will. But how you handle these problems, this is where that's the beauty of it. How you handle. I mean, again, at the end of the day, there might not be problems anymore. Just issues that will come up. Because two of you are different. They're different beings. But when you base your relationship on those core values, you see that it should be easier for you to handle all these issues. Issues can come in different ways because your characters are different. Based on finance, how to raise your kids, your careers, how you look at the house, how you look at friendship with other people. I mean, tons of issues may come up. But again, what are your values? That's very important. Communicate. We've spoken about all this whole thing a long time ago. Communicate and work. That's what it's all about. Don't be scared. It's all part of the growing process. It's all part of being better as a husband and at the same time as a wife. Okay? Something to say for us to round up?
What do I have to say? Don't ever be afraid of the problems that come into your marriage. Don't ever be afraid. And make sure, again, you communicate. Communicate in a way that your darling will understand you. Because if you just come and throw it up like a bomb, he might think, if he's a man, he might think you are attacking his ego. Or if you're talking to the woman, you talk to her also anyhow, she will think, okay, maybe you found another person, maybe you don't love her. So you have to communicate in a way that both of you will understand each other. In a way that you will be willing, both of you will be willing to sit down to solve this problem.
That's right.
Because everything, it doesn't really matter the kind of food that you make, but the way you serve it. Okay? There might be sometimes you will make a dinner, you just put a candle, and you just, what do they call it, sandwich, yeah? But the way you make the table, your darling will come in, I think you are in a 5-star hotel. You understand? So the way you serve it is very, very important. And this also pertains to our problems. The way we present it to make it solvable, okay? That will make it so interesting to the other guy to want to work on it, right. Okay? That's and right. Without believing that you are attacking his ego. And without the wife believing that your love is gone for her, okay? So let's wisen up. Let's learn how to do those things, because you've been living with this guy or this woman for years, and you should already learn some kind of psychology, okay? How to approach your guy or your woman, okay, in the marriage. So, you know better than me and that particular man that you are living with. So,
that's right. That's right. So we've come to the end of this particular episode, Relationships 101. Handling problems or issues in your marriages. Yeah. It could be simple. It all depends on you and how you play, your role in the relationship and in the marriage. So make sure you base your marriage and relationship on those strong values, like I say, as a Christian, on those strong godly values. Albertina is saying that this is very helpful. That's good. That's good. And Gladys Moses is saying when couples are just the same, then they will be boring to each other. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't be the same. But if you find, no matter how you find yourself there, just make sure you get ready to make sure you're compatible, like based on those values, like I mentioned earlier.
Maybe one or
All right.
some other comments.
Let's see. What else do we have here? I think we've read all the comments. Yep. Yes, we've read all the comments. That's right.
So meanwhile, we would love for you to at least write down one thing there in the comment that helped you today, or you will take home to put in your own relationship. When we talk about relationship, most of the time it's not only marital. What the advice we give here sometimes can help you even in your social relationships. So write one thing that you will take home that will really help you to enhance your relationship. And we will get back to the comments and we will join in the discussion.
Okay, Gladys Moses saying thank you, my brother and sister, your Jimado. Thank you too, our darling sister. Thank you too for joining and for your contributions.
Yeah.
All right, this is Relationships 101 with Obi and Nkiro Jimado. Hope to see you next week.
Yes.
All right, have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.